The screen glows blue against the midnight ink. I'm hovering on the edge, afraid to even blink. Your name pops up like a phantom on the glass, a digital remains of a love that didn't last. I press the button just to hear the way you breathe before you said the words that forced my heart to leave. 12 seconds of your voice, tethered to the past. The only thing I found that I could make stay fast. You're laughing at a joke I can't remember now, tracing circles in the air, broken silent vow. I've memorized the static and the crackle of the line in this digital cathedral. I am worshiping the shrine. Oh, and it's the only place you're still breathing next to me, locked inside a frequency that no one else can see. A sanctuary safe within a keeping and a beat. It's the voicemail, baby, that I'll never leave. No, it's the only piece of you they'll get to keep. The battery is dying and the memory is full, but I'm caught inside the gravity, the terrifying pull. My thumb is shaking over the icon marked erase, but if I let the audio go, I might forget your face. I'm living in a loop of a Tuesday afternoon. A tiny plastic box serves as my only moon. Oh, and it's the only place you're still breathing next to me, locked inside a frequency that no one else can see. A sanctuary saved within a keeping and a beat. It's a voicemail, baby, that I'll never delete.
You evade with message. I'll listen one more time, then I'll go to sleep. Just one more time. The sound of the sound signal fades into a low mid-tone tone. till there is only silence.
The map is laid out on the table between us, but the ink has all run and the distance has seen us. I can see your hand reaching from the other side, but the water is rising and there's nowhere to hide. We're standing on banks that are crumbling to clay, watching the bridge slowly washing away. I remember when we used to walk on the glass of a stream so shallow, we'd let the hours pass. Now it's a canyon, wide and profound, where the words I love you just sink and get drowned. The current is cold and the current is fast, a romantic beginning, a heartbroken land. So there are rivers we can cross and oceans we can swim. The light on your shore is growing so dim. I'm calling your name through the spray and the foam, but the river's taking the long way to home. It's a beautiful tragedy, liquid divide, two lonely hearts trapped on a different tide. Maybe in another life, the water will freeze and I'll walk across the ice with the greatest of ease. But tonight the rain is falling and the banks are too steep, and the promises we made are too heavy to keep. Yeah, there are rivers we can't cross and oceans we can't swim. The light on your shore is growing so dim. trying to get back to where we've been. A digital wall, 4 years high, between a hello and a final goodbye. I remember the way your perfume felt, the way my resolve would always melt. But the key to the boat is a ghost in my head, locked in the silence of things left unsaid. Oh, you're a password I can't remember. A flame turned to ash in a cold December. I've got the username, I've got the soul, but I'm missing the part that makes me whole. Romantic and tragic, coded in blue. I'm locked out of heaven, I'm locked out of you. Access denied, and I'm losing my mind. Was it the date of our first rainy dance, or the name of the cafe that would serve no chance? I try, I love you, but the system just blinks. It's colder than anyone ever thinks. The bass keeps the rhythm of try it again, but the saxophone knows how the story will end. One more attempt before I am barred from the bright end of us now, frozen and scarred. Is it a symbol, a capital A, for the always you promised before walking away? Is it a number, the hour you left? My memory's failing, a victim of theft. I'm heartbroken, honey, I'm shaking the game, but the server is down and it's getting too late. Oh, you're a password I can't remember. A flame turned to ash in a cold December. We're staring at the prompt on the velvet screen, trying to get back to where we've been. A digital wall, 4 years high, between a hello and a final goodbye. I remember the way your perfume felt, the way my resolve would The key to you is a ghost in my head, locked in the silence of things left unsaid. Oh, your password I can't remember. A flame turned to ashes. I call December. I've got the username, I've got the soul, but I'm missing the part that makes me whole. Romantic and tragic, coated in blue. I'm locked out of heaven, I'm locked out of you. Access denied, but I'm losing my mind. Was it the date of our first rainy dance, or the name of the cafe? There was sun, no chance. I try, I love you, but the system just blinks. It's colder than anyone ever thinks. The bass keeps the rhythm of try it again, but the saxophone knows how the story will end. One more attempt before I am barred from the garden of us now, frozen and scarred. Is it a symbol, a capital A, for the always you promised before walking away? Is it a number, the hour you left? My memory's failing, a victim of theft. I'm half talking, honey, I'm shaking the gate, but the server is down and it's getting too late. Oh, your password I can't remember. A flame turned to ash in a cold December. I've got the username, I've got the soul, but I'm missing the part that makes me whole. Romantic and tragic, coated in blue. I'm locked out of heaven, I'm locked out of you. Now the screen's gone dark. I left in the lobby without a spark. Just a romantic fool with a broken key and a heart that forgot how to set itself free. Account locked forever. We were little inches. Our daddy couldn't pay, stealing minutes from the moonlight, hiding from the day. I saw the sadness slipping through the center of your glass, watching shadows of the future as they started to surpass. Every forever was a promise that we knew we couldn't keep, just a temporary harvest that we weren't allowed to reap. The calendar is empty, and the clock has lost its gears. We spent the final currency of all our golden years. I'm standing in the hallway where the echoes start to fade, counting up the cost of every memory we made. Your keys are on the table, but the lock has been replaced by a silence so corrosive that it can't be quite erased. And oh, the lease is up, the lights are burning low. I'm looking for a place where the seconds don't go. We were dancing in a fever while the world was turning blue, but the debt collectors came and took the best of me and you. The sun came up too early, the sky is turning gray, and borrowed time ran out on us today. I checked the pockets of my soul for one more dime, to buy a single hour, just a moment at a time. But the bank is closed forever, and the vault is sitting wide, with nothing but the ghost of you still flickering inside. It wasn't meant to last, yeah, that's what the cynics say. But I didn't think the bill would come due quite this way. And oh, the lease is up, the lights are burning low. I'm looking for a place where the seconds don't go. We were dancing in a fever while the world was turning blue, but the debt collectors came Candles burn down to a flicker of gray. I'm still rehearsing the things I should say, but your face on the screen is a frozen ghost, the version of you that I miss the most. The signal is weak, the connection is thin. Where does the static end and we begin? And my heart is just buffering, circling round, searching for signals that cannot be found. A beautiful picture stuck in a blur. I'm losing the memory of who we both were. Our random intentions, but the data is torn. A love in the waiting, weathered and worn. Yeah, I'm just buffering, waiting for you to load. I reach for your hand, but the pixels they break. A digital shiver, a hollow ache. The romance is scripted in lines of cold code, but I'm carrying secrets and a heavy load. You're 5 bars away, but a million miles deep. A promise of always I can't seem to keep. Spinning in circles, a hollow white ring, waiting for bells they'll never quite ring. Refresh the pain. It's a menacing drought in a digital rain. I'm heartbroken, honey, in high definition, a prisoner of this tech-fed condition. And my heart is just buffering, circling around, searching for signals that cannot be found. A beautiful picture stuck in a blur. I'm losing the memory of who we both were. Romantic intentions, but the data is torn. A love in the waiting, weathered and worn. The screen fades to black. The room is so still. If I don't disconnect, I know that I will. Just keep buffering, searching. Searching. your glass on the nightstand. Vintage is turned into vinegar and dust. I'm reaching for warmth in the shape of a ghost hand, trying to find iron in a mountain of rust. The radiator hums, but the room stays at zero. I'm wearing your sweater just to feel your ghost skin, but the wool is just fibers. It's no kind of hero against the slow winter that's settling in. Oh, it's a deep freeze, honey, right down to the bone. The kind of October I can't face alone. You're the sun that went down and forgot how to rise. Now I'm reading the goodbye etched in your eyes. It's a hollow core ache, it's a shadowland sorrow. I'm trading my soul just to buy one tomorrow. But the fire is out and the ice is starting to grow deep in the marrow, in the cold, cold marrow. The silence is louder than the city downstairs. I'm counting the minutes by the frost on the pane. I'm combing the carpet for stray golden hairs. Anything left of you to soften the pain, but the memory's a blade that's been chilled in the creek. It cuts when I breathe and it bleeds when I speak. Was I not enough of a fire for you? Did I let the embers get gray? Now the frost is the only thing sticking like glue, while the rest of me withers away. It's a deep freeze, honey, right down to the bone. The kind of October I can't face alone. You're the sun that went down and forgot how to rise. Now I'm reading the goodbye etched in your eyes. It's a hollow core ache, it's a shadowland sorrow. I'm trading my soul just to buy one tomorrow. But the fire's out and the ice is starting to grow deep in the marrow, in the cold, cold left out in the storm.
The saxophone plays a flower, fading limp that dissolves into static.
Again. The blue light is a ghost haunting the corner of my eye, reflecting off the ceiling where my prayers go to die. I've tapped out an ocean and deleted every drop, waiting for the bubbles that always seem to stop. I'm staring at your picture till the pixels start to bleed. Trying to find the love you that I desperately need. The timestamp says delivered, but I know that's just a lie. A cold machine's confession that you didn't even try. I'm scrolling through the history back to when the screen was warm, back when every hate was a shelter from the storm. Now I'm shouting in a canyon and I'm listening for the sound, but my heart is just a signal that is lost and never found. I'm drowning in 1,000 unanswered texts tonight. A galaxy of sad ones with no return inside. Every gray box silence is a bullet made of lead. A romantic little eulogy for everything we said. I'm holding on to nothing in the palm of my hand. Waiting, I still miss you in the digital read at 10 put, meet at midnight. Read at 3 a.m. The silence is the loudest thing you've ever said to me. I'm drowning in 1,000 unanswered texts tonight. A galaxy of sad roams with no return inside. Every gray box silence is a bullet made of lead. A romantic little eulogy for everything we said. Just one word, anything but this. 1,000 heartbreaks. I keep the radio low in the dark of the hall, but I hear your name in every rise and fall. The lyrics I hum when I make heart strikes, and I'm back in your arms before the music broke and sounded the alarm. I saw a stranger hum a tune on the street, and it felt like a trap door beneath my feet. Every high note is a promise you didn't keep. Every low note is a secret. I'm buried in deep. I'm a jukebox of sorrow, a library of pain, playing the same track again and again. Every song is a secret I'm keeping about you, a romantic confession I'm forced to push through. The saxophone cries what I'm too proud to say, that I'm heartbroken and dying in the light of the day. Wrapped a melody around me like a velvet shroud. Your name is the lyric I can't sing out I try to write a new one, a song of my own, but the rhythm is hollow and the eye is long. I change the key, I change the pace, but the bridge always leads me back to your face. Yeah, every song is a secret I'm keeping about you, a romantic confession I'm forced to push through. The A beautiful story trapped in a cage. I still smell your smoke on my favorite coat, like a final line that you never wrote. One breath of wind and I'm blown away. Just a scrap of forever from yesterday. Careful how you touch me. I'm easy to burn. I'm the hardest lesson that you'll never learn. Yeah, you'll never learn. It's a pebble thin love. It's a fragile thing, tearing at the edges while the saxophones sing. Fold me into pieces, throw me in the rain. A paper heart can't handle this much pain. Just a paper heart. Watch it drift apart. We built our love on blueprints made of paper thin ideals, folding up the future, ignoring how the story feels. You drew the windows, I sketched the garden view, a perfect little fantasy built for me and you. We launched him from the hilltop, laughing at the breeze, blind to the dark clouds hiding in the trees. We're paper planes in a rainstorm, beautiful and brief. Our promises are dissolving beneath this sudden grief. The ink is running sideways, the edges turning soft. Our fragile love is falling when it once flew so aloft. The bass line is strumming, the sound of the world outside. While paper and plain dreams have nowhere left to hide. You used to watch them soar with me, believe they touch the sun. Now you just watch the puddles, our journey barely begun. I trace the folds you made, the corners you would crease, trying to find the moment when our flight found no release. I hold one to my chest now, a soggy, sorry mess. It's just a crumpled memory of our happiness. We're paper planes in a rainstorm, beautiful and brief. Our promises are dissolving beneath this sudden grief. The ink is running them in my coat, but the water always finds them, keeping them from float. One drop at a time, washing us away. There's nothing left to salvage, nothing left to say. Papers on the ground, just a pulpy mess of what we thought we found. You turn and walk away now, a final silent break, leaving just the ruins of the love we couldn't make. We're paper planes in a rainstorm, beautiful and brief. Our promises are dissolving beneath this sudden grief. The ink is running sideways, the edge is turning soft. Our fragile love is falling when it once flew so aloft. The bass line is thrumming, the sound of the world outside. Wire, paper, airplane dreams have nowhere left to hide.
The music fades slowly. The saxophone plays one final fading note until just the solitary fading bass line remains, echoing the last drops of rain.
Paper planes in a rainstorm, just crumpled paper and a broken heart. Our flight is over.
The track opening.
The wine is still red in your glass on the nightstand, but the vintage has turned into vinegar and dust. I'm reaching for warmth in the shape of a ghost hand, trying to find iron in a mountain of rust. The radiator hums, but the room stays at zero. I'm wearing your sweater just to feel your ghost skin, but the wool is just fibers. It's no kind of hero against the slow winter that's settling in. Oh, it's a deep freeze, honey, right down to the bone. The kind of October I can't face alone. You're the sun that went down and forgot how to rise. Now I'm reading a goodbye etched in your eyes. It's a hollow is louder than the city downstairs. I'm counting the minutes by the frost on the pane. I'm combing the carpet for stray golden hairs. Anything left of you to soften the pain, but the memory's a blade that's been chilled in the creek. It cuts when I breathe and it bleeds when I speak. Was I not enough of a fire for you? Did I let the embers get gray? Now the frost is the only thing sticking like glue, while the rest of me withers away. It's a deep freeze, honey, right down to the bone. The kind of October I can't face alone. You're the sun that went down and forgot how to rise. Now I'm reading the good vibe etched in your eyes. It's a hollow core ache, it's a shadowland sorrow. I'm trading my soul just to buy one tomorrow. But the fire is out and the ice is starting to burn deep in the marrow, in the cold, cold marrow, cold marrow. Left dead in the stones. Saxophone trills. I'll never be warm again. Silence. The sun's coming up, but it's gray in the hall. I'm leaning my forehead against the cold wall. I found the shoebox hidden under the bed, filled with the promises we never quite said. I'm tracing your curses, they always in yours, while the ghost of your footsteps walks over the floors. I'm holding the paper like it's your very hand, but I'm sinking in time like it's hourglass sand. And I set my mug down where your name used to be. Now there's a circle of bright on eternally, a stain on the dark, a bloat's on the truth. Just another dark mark left by missing you. Now there's coffee rings on your letters and teardrops on the steps. I'm burning through the midnight that the morning light caught in your hair. Now the kettle is whistling a funeral song, and the silence that follows is heavy and long. I'm reading the page where you said we were gold, but the paper is yellowed and brittle and old. I could throw them away, I could let them all burn, but these stained pieces of paper are all I have in return. For the years that I gave you, for the heart that you took, now you're just a smash in a closed over book. Now there's coffee rings on your letters and teardrops on the stamps. I'm burning through the midnight by the flicker of the lamps. The ink is getting blurry, the paper's turning thin. I'm trying to find where us ends and I begin. It's a bitter kind of roast, a dark and hollow sting. Just me and these memories and these coffee One for the coffee, one for the tears, staying in the pages of all of our years. Coffee rings, just coffee rings. I don't check the door anymore. I know the ghost of you don't use the latch, but my thumb still wanders to your name in my phone like a hiker striking a damp wooden match. The kitchen is quiet, the coffee is cold, but I'm reaching for 2 mugs instead of one. Just a reflex of a heart that refuses to fold, even though the damage is already done. It's just my soul memory aching in my bones, a map of a country that I no longer own. My hand traces the space on your side of a bed, repeating the prayers that we've already said. and a friend. But how do I unlearn how the story should end? My body remembers the weight in your skin. Where do you end? Where do I begin? I'm a house that's been haunted by its own foundation. A beautiful, tragic, rhythmic stagnation. It's just muscle memory aching in my bones. A map of a country that I no longer own. My hand traces the space on your side of the bed, repeating the prayers that we've already said. Strings that you cut long ago still dance in a rhythm that only we know. It's not love, it's not hope, it's just ghosts underneath the cruel, quiet habit of you and me. Muscle memory. My heart is still beating your name. Just a habit. Just a ghost. The clock on the mantel is lying to the room, trying to sweep the shadows with a broken wooden broom. We're sitting in the kitchen with the coffee growing cold, wearing out the stories that we've already told. I'm memorizing how the light hits the hollow of your neck, like a sailor on the timber of a slowly sinking wreck. I see it in the way you avoid my heavy eyes. The truth is getting louder through the logic of our lives. We're painting over cracks with a color called okay, just trying to keep the winter from the middle of our May. You're leaning in for kisses that feel like a goodbye, and I'm pretending that I didn't see the flicker in your eye. Oh, we're living on borrowed time and borrowed silence, counting down the inches while we're drifting across miles. I'm holding on to us like it's something I can keep, but you can't wake a heart that's already gone to sleep. The debt is coming due, and the interest is the pain. of knowing that a borrowed sun always ends in rain. Give me back my heart, borrowed time. It was never really mine. The city lights are blurring into rivers in the rain. I'm sitting at the station trying to map out all this pain. I checked the lost and found, I checked the pockets of my coat, but all I found was that I love you on a crumpled neon note. The air is thin and heavy, like a secret hard to keep. I'm walking through a garden where the shadows never sleep. I retraced every footstep to the cafe on the park, where we traded whispered promises before it got so dark. The chair is still vibrating from the ghost of where you sat, but the laughter's gone to silence and I can't go back to that. I looked beneath the pillow, I looked behind the door, but the peace I had when I was yours isn't there anymore. Somewhere between your love and you, it's time for me to go. I lost the only The wine glasses stained with the crimson rain, a silent record of the songs we used to sing. Two chairs are pulled out, but only one is occupied by the ghost of the promises that we both let slide. The fruit in the bowl is turning soft and deep, just like the secrets that I'm forced to keep. I haven't moved the book you left face down on the floor. I'm afraid if I close it, I won't see you anymore. The dust is settling like snow on our favorite frame. The silver is tarnishing just like your name. It's a portrait of silence, a gallery of weight. I'm a masterpiece of longing, standing by the gate. Oh, it's a still life of goodbye, a frozen moment underneath the charcoal sky. No movement in the curtains, no ripples in the tea, just the permanent shadow of you leaving me. It's beautiful and broken, it's romantic and it's cruel. Still life of a lover and still life of a fool. This is exactly where you left it that night. The keys, the code, the flickering porch light. If I don't move a muscle, maybe time will reverse. But this stillness is a blessing that feels like a curse. Yeah, it's a still life of goodbye, a frozen moment underneath the charcoal sky. No movement in the curtains, no ripples in the tea, just the permanent shadow of you leaving me. Don't move the air, don't break the spell. Still life. coffee's getting filmed over in the cup. I'm staring at the ceiling, never looking up. The keys are on the counter where you let them fall, beside the shadow of your coat hook on the wall. I had 1,000 words lined up like silver rain, but they're rusted shut inside a hollow vein. I watch your taillights bleed into the hazy blue, a neon smear of everything I thought I knew. I opened up my mouth to call your name aloud, but the vapor of my breath just turned into a cloud. The street was humming low, a rhythmic steady beat, while the ground was giving way beneath my heavy feet. And it's the ghost that lingers in the doorway light, the stay with me that died inside the night. A heavy stone I'm carrying through the grave. It's the last goodbye I didn't get to say. Yeah, the sweetest words just withered and turned gray. Regret is just a record with a jagged scratch, a broken window with a broken latch. I'm shouting at the silence, begging for a turn, to say the things that make the bridges burn. But the clock is ticking backward in a vacuum seal, and I'm choking on the love I couldn't make you feel. And it's the ghost that lingers in the doorway light, the stay with me that died inside the night. A heavy stone I'm carrying through the grave. It's the last goodbye I didn't get to say. The door is shut, the air is still. I'm still speaking to the wind, but you're away. I'm looking in the mirror at a face I barely know, a tired map of everywhere you decided not to go. I'm trying to find the light that used to flicker in my eyes before the truth became a suit of clever, soft disguises. But that man is like a photograph left out in the rain, a saturated memory dissolving down He was easy to adore, but he walked out through the hallway when you headed for the door. I see him in the shadows of the way I check the mail, a little less certain, a little more frail. I'm wearing his old sweater, but I can't fill out the skin of the man who had the grace to let your spirit in. And oh, I'm mourning someone who is still standing in the room. A ghost of better days caught in a velvet scented gloom. I'd give anything to find him, to bring him back to blood, but he died the day you left him in the rising of the flood. I'm just the wreckage, baby, can't you see? I miss the version of me you loved more than I miss we. He was brave enough to promise, he was soft enough to stay, but I watched him turn to granite as the color washed away. Now I'm just a hollow vessel, a vessel out at sea, searching for the person that I used to be. When your hand was in my pocket and your head was on my chest, before the heartbreak put the best of me to rest. And oh, I'm mourning someone who is still standing in the room. A ghost of better days caught in a velvet scented gloom. I'd give anything to find him, to bring him back to blood, but he died the day you left him in the rising of the flood. I'm just the wreckage, baby, can you see? I miss the version of me you loved more than I miss we. Cracked in the box, such a stranger now, living in his house. The carton is fading, but the scent is still there. A ghost of your cedar and the salt in your air. buttons are missing, just like pieces of me. A map of a person I'm no longer free to be. I walk through the kitchen in this oversized shroud. The silence in here is becoming too loud. I'm wearing your memories like a second skin, wondering where your heartbeat ends and mine should begin. I haven't washed it since that night in July, because once the smell goes, then the last of us dies. Oh, I'm sleeping in the shirt you left behind, searching for your pulse in the threads of my mind. It's a romantic kind of torture, a beautiful ache, a fabric-covered promise I'm not ready to break. I'm holding on to shadows while the morning turns gray, dressed in the love that you threw away. If I take it off, does that mean you're gone? If I change my clothes, how do I move on? It's just threads and ink, it's just buttons and dye, but it's the only way I know how to say hi when I really mean goodbye. I'm sleeping in the shirt you left behind, searching for your pulse in the threads of my mind. It's a romantic kind of torture, a beautiful ache, a fabric-covered promise I'm not ready to break. The collar still smells like you, just a little bit. Don't let the scent fade. I'm still wearing your ghost. The sky is the color of a bruise that won't fade. I'm sitting in the shadows of the plans we once made. I found an old memo, a fragment of time, back when your laughter felt legally mine. I'm hovering my thumb over the play icon now. I promised I wouldn't, but I'm breaking the vow. The static starts humming, the air starts to thin. I'm opening the door to let the ghost back in. Massive, resonant, massive. And there it is, your voice on a rainy afternoon. voice on a rainy afternoon. You're talking about groceries or a song on the radio. Small, simple things from a lifetime ago. The way that you mumble when you're starting to wake. It's a romantic symphony that I can't help but take. But then the recording reaches the end, to the part where you're calling me lover and friend, and the silence that follows is louder than thunder, pulling my spirit and my sanity under. The rain gets louder, the bass hits become more frequent, like a pounding at a door. I could delete it, I could be free, I could stop letting your ghost bury me. But the pain is the only thing left that is real, the only sharp edge that I'm allowed to feel. So I hit replay and I let go and bleed, 'cause your voice is the only air I still need.